Quick and dirty, that's how we like it, especially when we're in the Flander and we're in division with our buddy young Chops, who's currently away working. So I thought I'd put this one online, keep him happy so he's got something to watch while he's away. Chops does not hang back when he's in a battleship. He's a very aggressive player. He knows his ships very well. And I actually ask him for a lot of advice on some of my battleships, particularly the American ones. But in this one, we are in the Tier 7 French premium battleship, the Flander, with a full secondary build. And this video comes before the Flander was last buffed. So it's been buffed since this one was made. I haven't actually played it, I don't think, since it was buffed. I think a lot of players do just look out for the buffs and then take those ships out and hammer them, but not me. I just play what I feel like it on any given day with 420 something ships to choose from. I've got plenty of choice, but on this one we did spawn towards the center of the map, and we decided that we're going to flank hard and fast with that engine boost that the Flander has, and we're going to push all the way around the outside. Chops is in the Constellation, and I think he either got it with his coupon or he dropped it out of a crate on the day that we played this game. And yeah, we are very much double trouble. We're having a look at what that Amagi is thinking of doing as we come around the corner. Red team are already in the middle of the map. Blue team have pushed the right flank, and we are coming round the outside of the left flank. And I'm getting a little bit worried because I am coming broadside round here. But we know we've got that Amagi in front of us who has got us spotted. And it looks like red team are pushing some big ships into the middle. But here comes the Amagi. Is that secondaries or is that him firing HE? I don't know. For some reason, I went high on him there because he was slightly angled. But Chops gets a much better shot. My secondaries are already going off to the right-hand side, and I look out there and I'm like, ooh, crap, I do not want to be broadside to a Musashi. But we get our first fire on him, and he goes full send at us, and our secondaries are going nuts. We lose a good chunk of our health there, but with our guns coming back up, we're going to get those shots across the top, nose in, and then we're going to slam it straight into reverse. Because that guy is asking for help in there. We've got a cruiser there. Chops and I are both here. And this Musashi is also being harassed by the carrier. He's pulled a full right turn Clyde into this cap to contest it. But in doing so, he has limited his movement. And he has limited his ability to take on 3 ships to 1. And my secondaries are going absolutely bonkers. You can see that counter racking up there. And Chops has moved into the right with the other guy. I'm staying here on the left-hand side because this guy cannot point his guns in both directions at the same time. So he's going to have to decide who he wants to shoot at. We get another fire on there. The secondary counts, the secondary hits is still counting up, and I'm trying to draw the fire, give him a bit of a juicy broadside whilst maintaining all of my secondaries on the guy, and then we are going to go and push in. He can't get out of range of my secondaries, not for a long time yet, and they are going to continue to peck away at him like a vulture at the last morsels of flesh on a dead animal's bones. And yeah, we are just ripping him. But he does take a chunk off that cruiser. And there's one of our battleships who decides that, no, I don't want to be involved in this fight. I'm going to continue sailing around the outside of the map with my head up my backside and then wonder why I don't score many points at the end of it. Yeah, we are not like that. Chops and I are absolutely rushing this one. Now, I can't remember if I'm running a legendary or just an epic mod on the secondaries. I'll tell you in a second. It looks like I'm just running an epic mod, which reduces the reload time, I believe, of my secondary guns for every 30,000 damage that I do. Now, if this was epic, we would receive a 5% damage boost. But here we go. I'm already looking for my next target as soon as one target is about to disappear, and it is a red team Flander. But I got a shot across the top of him, and as Chops and I are talking, let's just slow down. We'll take this cap, and then we are going to go barreling through. So I'm getting that rear turret across to the left. There's a Shamanto out there, out of range. We know the Flander is there, so we're expecting a bit of a brawl here. But between myself and Chops, it's going to be a bit of a one-sided brawl. It's going to be like, I don't know, a UFC cage fighter going up against a pensioner with a walking frame. This Petro does not know what's happening, but this was a skill shot, I'd like to say, because he comes into range and I lock my sight on him, but then I realise he's starting to move. So we put the front two turrets out there, turning our attention straight onto this Flander with the rear turret, and then we're going to get bow in. But we drop a beauty of a citadel straight through that Petro, and the secondaries are already engaging, firing this Flander, and Chops and I are communicating here, and I'm just saying, my engine booster's coming up. I'm just going to power it. You go left, I go right. Although the secondaries are going to get us, he can't target us both with his turrets, and we will just rip him a new one. Now, you'll notice that although Red Team are losing on ships, they do control to capture points, but we aren't stopping for this cap. Not this time around. We are getting straight out there. And I don't know how good my angle is against this Flander. Those of you that play it more often may be able to tell me. But I know that I'm going to have to give up a fair chunk of broadside as I come alongside him and go past him. But I'm relying on my secondaries to keep these fires going, keep the guy ticking. And I know that Chops is getting ready for torpedoes. And the splash screen for this video is coming up in just a second as I turn and look around. But we've already knocked a turret out on this guy. We're going to go high again. We get a permanent knockout on a turret there. He has damage controlled his fires, which means that any fire, like that one now, coming for the secondaries. Look at this. We're hitting 250 secondaries in this brawl. It's absolutely crazy. But there is Chops' torpedoes coming out. That guy is gone. Trying to think about what medals we've picked up here. There was an arsonist and something else popped up as well. I have no idea what it was. But we come round the corner, there's a Shamanto. This thing is agile. We're putting in a hard turn because I know the Shamanto has slow-moving but hard-hitting torpedoes. He's not going to disappear out of sight before we can get those shots across the top. It's going to be a drop through the citadel, and he is going to disappear back to port. And now we only have the carrier left who... the word I want to use is he spunks his torps. But I don't know if that's allowed, and I'm actually checking the range of my secondaries there to make sure that this guy is going to stay within range. I can afford to take a torpedo. I can afford to let the fire burn. We've got the guy flat broadside. The secondaries are going nuts. We go for a full salvo, and we chunk him mightily with another citadel. But it seems that everybody else was ready and waiting for the reload, and I don't know how it happens, but the Fletcher is going to get the kill on that one, and that is game over. Fast and furious, just under 142,000 damage there. 3 kills, 2 medals. One of them's an arsonist. I can't remember what the other one is, but not a bad haul for the Flander. We don't even get top spot there. One of our destroyers did, but that was a very fun game to play and certainly one worth saving and putting on the channel. So those people that like to see brawling, that like to see high tier battleships, there you go. I hope that one has satisfied the urge in your loins for brawling in high tier battleships. Smash that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.